Hi, welcome back to Sociology. I want to talk to you a little bit about deviance. Specifically, that deviance is relative. So, what does that mean, that deviance is relative? It means that the concept of what is deviant varies across many different factors. It varies who is doing the deviance or the deviant acts, who is judging the deviant acts, in what community or society is this deviance occurring, and what are the beliefs there, and also time. Deviance, what is defined as deviant, does change over time. So let's take a few examples. One is if we take a look at current marijuana laws. In the state of California, the use of recreational marijuana was legalized. I think it took place sometime at the beginning of 2018. However, the behavior, marijuana itself, had been medicalized for a number of years, meaning that it was approved for use under certain medical circumstances, or maybe those were broad medical circumstances. So that part had already been available to people in the state of California. However, before that time, the use of marijuana was completely illegal. I think, though, that police weren't unilaterally enforcing marijuana laws, especially under certain circumstances. But that aside, the definition of using marijuana as a deviant act has completely transformed over a period of about 25 years, and perhaps a little bit more than that. But what's interesting is that even though the use of marijuana is currently legal in the state of California, there's still a lot of rules about its use. So, interestingly, if you were to work at an organization and you were sent at a on a conference with your colleagues at work, it's possible that your colleagues at work, after the day of the conference, may go to a bar or may go to a restaurant and engage in drinking an alcoholic beverage. That might be common behavior or acceptable behavior. That might be conforming behavior in that circumstance. Yet, the same does not hold true for the use of marijuana, even though it's a legal substance at this time. So, for most of us, perhaps if we were working in the marijuana industry, things would be different. But for most of us, if we were to go to this very same conference with our colleagues, we would not be engaging in use of marijuana after the end of the conference or during a time of relaxation in the evening with our fellow workers. So you can see that even something that's no longer labeled deviant by law still is deviant in many contexts. So deviance is truly relative. It is not the same at all times. There's no universal truth as to what is deviant or not deviant. Those definitions change, and they're based on the culture in which people live, their beliefs, the value system that's there. And what's deviant can change even across the country. We think in the United States we have a relatively similar or shared understanding of culture, but yet there's a lot of regional differences. Like, for example, California has this legal marijuana arrangement. Other states nearby us do not. So differing definitions of what's deviant, even in close proximity to one another.